One, yeah.
The class is called test. Called test, guys. And so the topic is loops, something that can be repeated multiple times. All right. Can you write a code, guys, that prints hello world? Yeah, write a code that will print hello world. Let me know once you finish this, guys. This task. All right, so it's not even a task, guys. Hello world. All right. Did you write the same code as I did?
Yes.
No? You did it
I use string.
I use string too.
like did you create a string and then print that string?
Yes.
It's fine, it's fine. But at the end, you all have hello world here, right? All right. What if, guys, online students, do you also have this code?
Yes.
All right. What if, guys, if I asked you guys to print hello world 5 times? What would you do? You would
5.
write there print line 5 times, right? What
Yes.
if I ask you to do it 25 times? 25 times, right? So today we are going to learn a new concept called loops. You write a code and it repeats you the same thing again and again until you decide to stop it. All right. So to do this 25 times, we would need to write here system out print line 25 times. Now I have it 5 times, then it's 10, 15, 20, 21, 25. All right. And we created here about 29 lines of code, 32 to print hello world 25 times. We printed 25 times. But there is a better way, guys, using loops. Using loops. And today we are going to learn the one called while loop and do while. Why do we need loops? To repeat some code again and again, multiple times. For example, if I tell you, please write the code that will print hello world 1,000 times. You would need to copy and paste it 1,000 times. But using while loops, we can do it in 4 lines. To handle something repetitive, we're going to use while and do while loops. And in Java, we have about 4 types of loops. It is for I loop. It is while loop. It is do while loop. And it is enhanced loop, enhanced for loop. Today we are about to learn this while and do while loop. And then after a few classes, we'll move to for I loop. While loop and do while loop. Their advantage. It can reduce the lines of code. If there were no loops, if there were no loops at all, the only way to do it, guys, it is to copy this 25 times or 1,000 times if there were no loops. But as long as we have loops, the advantage from loops we get is reducing the lines of code. Instead of 1,000, you can have only 4 lines of code. It simplifies the code, the tasks, all right, and makes code more readable. and maintainable. Why maintainable? Because you can change there something from 1,000 to 5, and it will print it only 5 times. It will repeat something 5 times. All right. What's the syntax, guys, for very basic if-else conditional statements? What's the syntax?
false.
No, these are Boolean values, false and true. But what's the syntax?
If, and then parentheses, and then curly braces.
Some condition, right?
Yeah.
Some comparison,
Curly braces, yeah, and then system out.
and then else. And then else. Here we write code, and here we write code. So this is the basic syntax for if and else. If, else syntax. Very basic syntax for if and else. All right. Now, guys, we open another slide. The syntax of while loop. The syntax of while loop. All right. Another thing, guys. Another thing. So we've done this hello world. Let me do this. Hello world. Task 1. All right. Task 1. Let's say, guys, remove that hello world. Can you remove it? Like system out println hello world. Declare a variable. Declare a variable. Declare an object string word with this value, laptop. Declare an object string word laptop. All right. And then this, guys. This, how many characters do we have here in this word? 6. Display each character in separate lines. In separate lines. In the separate line. Display each character in the separate line. So you should write a code, and then when you run that code, it should print you each character in the separate line. Can you do this? Yeah, let's do this, guys. We don't need loops for this one, really. String word laptop. Write a code that will print L first, then A, then P, then T, then O, then P. We don't need here any loop.
What's next we need to do after
Yeah.
that?
So once you finish, guys, we're gonna discuss it.
Okay.
Have you done it? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So what it took you guys? What code did you write to?
Backward slash
String.
backward slash n.
What did you do?
Word dot.
Word that.
I use substring. I don't know about others.
All right. Substring somebody used. How about other students, guys?
I used backward slash n before each character.
So did you do this? You mean before each character
L.
and then
Yes,
L? Do you mean this?
Yeah, but in the before L I didn't use, but after L, after each before each character I used n.
You mean this, right?
Yeah. No. No. In one word, within one word. Let's say laptop.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. So you did it L
Just
A.
LJT.
Yeah.
You mean this? All right. No. To make it universal, like it should run with all other words. Even if you change the laptop to smartphone,
Okay.
it should still function. So
Yeah.
we should come up with something different. So what was your solution? Word. You used char at, right? Char at 0 and then
Then multiply times char 1.
and then 2 and then 3 and then 4, right? And then 5. Yeah, this is one way, guys, to solve this problem. All right, laptop. It prints us laptop. All right, it is laptop. All right, Jolchbek Baker, what's wrong? Did you solve it?
No,
No?
I mean, do this ideas, it was on my mind, but I
Mhm.
think it will be a different.
No, this is this.
Professional.
So the title is how to make it easier, right?
Yeah. So it can be solved using substring also, but charet is much shorter. With substring, you would write there 0, 1, and then 1, 2. Even here it says to use charet. All right. Yeah. It's not gonna work with other words. For other words, it will stop at the 6th character, P. And we are gonna learn loops today to make it write code for all strings. All right. Let's rename this, guys. Rename this class. Do you know how to rename classes? No? Right click. We learned it before. Refactor and then rename. Right click, refactor, and then rename. And rename it, guys, to charet. Rename it to charet. All right. All right. Next, guys. So this is the syntax for while loop. All right. Here we also have got a condition. In the if-else conditional statements, there we also use conditions. In the while loop, we again use a condition to check something. All right. As a result for condition, guys, what could be 2 results for all conditions? For any condition. What are the 2 only possible results for any condition? True or false, right? True or false. So in the while loop, we again use here comparison operators. All right. Create here in the day 24 a class called while loop 1. Create a class called while loop 1. Or let's make it while loop 1 and a main method. While loop 1 and the main method. All right, did you create it? All right, next guys, let's look at this code. Look. Here. All right, guys, how many parts does each variable have? No, how many parts does a variable have? How many parts
How many parts?
are there in a variable?
So variable name, right?
Variable name,
Value.
variable value, it's 2, and data type, 3. Do you remember it, guys? We learned it before. Data type, variable name, and value. There are 3 parts. So for while loop, it's while loop, not do while loop. Here we've got 3 parts: counter, condition part, and code. 3 parts. Let's write it together, guys, here in the IntelliJ IDEA. First part is counter part. Int counter 1 or 0. Counter. Next part, guys, is condition part. Created, guys, with me. Next part is condition. While counter is less than equal to 5. All right. Here, type this. Counter plus plus. All right. Write this code. Just a moment. All right. We can, guys, divide it actually into 3 parts this way. This part can be called code, but I would specifically comment this part as the 3rd part. This one is called update. Counter condition update. Counter condition update. Let me do this. Let me copy it. Just a moment. Update. All right. This is the code. Counter condition update. Counter condition update. All right. Let me know once you copied this. Yeah, have you done? All right. Counter condition and update. All right, let us know, Claraja, once you finish. Have you done? All right, perfect. So we've got counter, condition, and update. We're gonna, guys, run this code about maybe 10 times. We're gonna change it. So now we're gonna do something very important. We're gonna run it multiple times with different values. These loops, guys, are really important. They're too important, guys, more than important. Let's run it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did it work, guys? We're gonna discuss it now. So what's the value for counter in the beginning when I run the program? It's 0. So the counter begins from 0. All right, next. Let me show you guys how this program actually runs. But how I'm gonna do this thing is called debugging. I'm gonna show you later, but even from this example, you can learn it. I click here, and then I click this debug. It helps sometimes when you run your code, sometimes there are bugs. You know what's a bug, guys? Yep, it is. But in the programming world, it is. It's an error, right? All right. Do you know why bug means an error?
It doesn't work, yeah?
Yeah, the reason is this. It doesn't work. But you know why people call an error a bug?
But
Yeah.
which is out of the conditions, which is
Do you have any idea? Think
But it's
insect, right? Yeah.
something related to it.
No, no. So actually back maybe in 1980s, there were big computers. Do you remember? I don't remember. But there were big computers. And then there was a bug, guys. There was a bug who went inside that big computer and then computer broke. This is why they call it bug, because it breaks something.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's great.
Yeah, there was a bug and it went inside it break into the computer. This small thing, something like this. Yeah, it destroyed a whole big computer, just the semicolon. All right, so in the beginning, guys, what's the value for counter? Zero. We begin with 0. The initial value is 0. Next, it is 0, guys. So it is a condition, guys, like for ifs, but while loop works a bit different. All right, what will this mean, guys, for you? If I tell you this, here, online students, we have a door. Maybe in your room where you sit right now, you also have a door. Let's say, guys, yeah, it might be because sometimes there are no doors. All right. All right. So let's say, guys, I have this statement. Right now it's 7-11. 7-11. And then I'm gonna open and close this door. Open and close this door until it's gonna be 7:15. Do you know how many times I'm gonna open and close that door?
When you start,
At 7-11.
how many times you want to?
I don't know. I don't know.
it depends on your speed.
It depends from different things, right? But here, what's repeating is I'm opening and closing, and while the time is not 7:15. For example, let's say I can let's discuss this one. So counter is 0. This code, guys, this code will run again and again until this condition becomes false. It runs, guys, it runs while this part is true. Let's check. What's the value for counter?
Value?
Value for counter. It is 0. We begin from 0. So I can write here 0. Next. Counter less than or equal to 5. 0 is less than or equal to 5. Is it true?
True.
True. When this condition is true, we go inside the while. When it's true, we go inside the while. So we go inside it and it prints 0. And then how do you call this, guys? This thing? Update. In other words, increment, right? But it's update. So what it does, what's the initial value of counter when we created it? 0. Now, when you make increment, the value for counter changes from 0 to 1. So now the counter is 1. So it works again and again. Next, let's check the condition. Counter is less than or equal to 5. Is it true? Yep. 1 is less than 5, right? It's true. That's why we are going inside this code, inside this block again. It prints 1 and then makes this update. Now it becomes 2. And then we check here again this condition. 2 less than 5, true. It's very important, guys, because here in the next steps, the condition is going to change. 2 is printed, Now it becomes 3. 3 is less than 5, true. We go inside, we print 3. Counter is changed to 4. 4 is less than 5, true. 4 is printed. We increase it, it becomes 5. Next, 5, is it less than 5 or equal to 5?
Yes.
It's equal to 5. It is true. We print 5. We print 5. Counter becomes 6, guys. Let's check the condition. 6 is less than or equal to 5. Is it true?
False.
False. So when the condition is false, while loop stops. When the condition is false, while loop stops. So if I put here, guys, 10 and here 1, what numbers we are gonna see, guys, in the console?
1 and 10.
From 1 to 10. Are we gonna see there 10, guys? Is 10 included? All right. Very good, guys. But what if I do this? From 5 and 10. Do you think it's gonna work?
The value is 5.
Yeah, we just start from 5. What if I do here this, guys?
So what's output? It's 55.
Let's check. It is nothing.
Oh,
Nothing. So outside of the while loop, we don't have a code except this declaration. We don't have code. And when it reaches the while loop condition, it checks. Is 55 less than or equal to 10? No. False. So it never goes inside the while loop. So when while loop works, guys, when while loop works, only one sentence,
When
very
the-
short.
When the value is less than the counter.
Or in other words, when the condition is true.
Less than.
When the condition is true, right? When it is true. What if it is 11 and 10?
It's false.
It's false. What if it's 10 and 10?
It's true. It's true.
How many times will it run this code?
One.
One time only, right? Prints 10, because when counter is 10, the condition is true. It goes inside, prints 10, then updates the counter to 11, and then it's no more true. It becomes false. All right. Very important, guys. It's very important. In while loops, we always have counter, condition, and update. If I remove this, guys, if I remove this counter, do you think our code will still function
No.
as it's supposed to? No, because now we don't have a variable. What if I put here 10, guys? 10 and here 10, like we cannot do this. What's gonna happen, guys, when I run this code?
Nothing.
10.
We don't have variable number.
We don't have a variable, right? But we have a condition.
But-
It turns out it works. What do you expect logically? Take your time, 10 seconds, 15 seconds,
Just 10.
10. How many times we're gonna see this 10?
Only one.
Only one time. But it's gonna be infinitely, guys. Because the condition is always true. 10 is less than 10, prints 10, it comes back. 10 is less than 10, prints 10, and then it comes back again to condition. All right. How about this? How many times will this print 10? 0. Yep. Let me return this code. All right. All right, guys. So the counter is 10. When I run this code, let me do this. From 1 to 10. When I run this code, how many times will this code print me numbers? From 1 to 10, right?
10.
10 times. All right. But it prints from 1 to infinite number. Infinite times.
Update.
Yeah, we didn't have update. We
Yeah.
made update. Counter plus plus. Now, guys, if I run this code, how many times this while loop gonna work?
10.
10 times, right? From 1 to 10. What if we change it to decrement? Yeah. Take a look.
It will be from 10 to 1, right?
Counter is less than
9, 8.
No, from 1 to minus 10.
All right, let's run this code. It prints us
Oh,
negative numbers. All right. Where we begin, guys? Where we begin? We have an initial point.
Variable number.
Counter is 1. This is where we start. 1. Is 1 less than or equal to 10?
Yes.
Yep, it is. The condition is true. We go inside this while loop. We print 1. It's printed. Then counter decreases.
Decrement.
It decreases from 1 to
0.
0. To 0. From 1 to 0. And then we again check the condition. 0 is less than 10. Is it true? Again,
True.
true. So it's going to be true infinitely. Because we are decreasing it.
Yeah.
Because we are decreasing it. All right. So, all right. How
But
about,
if there, sorry, but if there was not 10 minus 10, it will be like 10 times, right?
yeah, exactly. It's right. And how about this code, guys? What numbers we're going to see in the output?
6 to 8.
It will be 6, 7, 8, 9, right?
6 and 8, 9.
6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is not included because we don't have
Condition.
equal. It's not less than or equal. It's not including 10. It's only less. All right. So let me open this back. All right. So I'm gonna give you guys it's like very easy task. I'm giving you 1 minute, guys. Let me stop it. 1 minute. So right now we have a loop, guys. We have a loop to print numbers from 1 to 10. But you need to change the loop, guys. Like easy task, not even a task. Just a question. Print numbers from 10 to 1. From 10 to 1. So not from 1 to 10, from 10 to 1. From 1 to 10 in reverse order. So it begins from 10 and ends with 1. So here the timer, guys. You just need to change your code.
What if we will change the increment to decrement? Discrement to
I'm not sure, actually. I don't really know.
The variable number the same, the condition is same.
It might be the solution, but
Can we see the task,
I'm not
please?
sure. So print numbers from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah? All right. No need to help team. All right. It's very easy, guys. Very easy. So if I ask you to print numbers, to display numbers from 10 to 1, from 10 to 1, it means where we begin, guys? What's the initial number? We
10.
begin from 10. We begin from 10. And next, what do we change?
Greater or equal to 1, yeah? Instead of 10.
Yeah, it should be vice versa. Now it's greater or equal to 1. If I run this code, guys, how many times will it print 10? So many, right? Because it's not decreasing. It's not decreasing. 10 is greater than 1. It prints 10. 10 becomes 11. 11 is greater than 1. Again and again. So the update should be a decrement. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have you done this? Yeah? All right. So let me make it like question 1. We're gonna play around, guys. What if you need to guys print numbers from 1 to 10, but guys, in the output, we should see only these numbers. It should be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, only these numbers.
1 again.
So print numbers from 1 to 10. But the difference between these numbers is 2. Print numbers from 0 to 1. Display only even numbers. All right, have you done this along by cam? Yep, team?
Yes.
All right, here we updated. In this case, our update is decrement by 1. Do we have another way of decrement, guys? So we can decrement it by 2. Is there a way to decrement it by 2 at a time?
Yes.
Yep. How can we decrement it by 2?
Well, counter minus equal to.
Minus equal to. So every time it decreases it by 2. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. What if we do here counter this number? All right, counter minus 1. What's gonna be, guys, in the console if I run this code? What numbers?
10 to 1.
10,
And
100%. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yep. What if we do here minus, guys, 5?
10, 5. 10, 5, 1. So
10, 5, and nothing. 10 and 5. Why we don't have here 10, 5, and then 1? Or 10, 5, and 0?
because the counter is in condition we put it more than 1. Number is more than 1.
10 minus 5 is 5.
Right.
5 minus 5
Is 0.
is 0. 0 is not greater than 1. Yeah. We can make here minus 3. So what numbers are we supposed to see for this code?
7, 4.
10, 7, 4, 1. Yeah, 10, 7, 4, 1. These are the numbers. All right, so let me open this. Let me write here. We learned print numbers from 1 to 10. This is what we did. Print numbers from 10 to 1. All right. All right, guys, let's have a break for 15 minutes. Then we're gonna dive more, guys, dive deep. Let me make sure, online students, can you hear me?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, let me write down here the oral. All right, here, here, here. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect, guys. So this is a while loop. How many loops in total do we have in Java? 4 loops. All right. We learned while loop, and the next one is do while loop, guys. To be honest, you're never gonna use do while loop. Never. It's similar to while loop. It's also a loop. Using this loop, you can also run something again and again, multiple times, but it's, I don't know, like you don't really use it. Let's do this. We're gonna create the same thing using the, let me remove it, using the do while loop. So this is the syntax. Syntax for do while loop is first you have the code and then a condition. First the code and then the condition. Let's create a class called do while loop 1. Do while loop 1. A class called do while loop 1. Yep, do while loop 1. And then let's create in this do while loop 1 class together a while loop that displays numbers from 1 to 10. Let's create first a while loop, and then we're gonna modify it into a do while loop. How do you create a while loop? There
Variable.
should be some variable for counting. Counter, next. While in its condition from 1 to 10. Counter,
Less or equal.
less or equal to 10. And then print the counter. All right. Should we add here something? Update.
Inter.
Yep. Counter plus plus. All right. Now it prints from 1 to 10. All right. Right now I'm gonna modify it, guys, into a do while loop. Do while loop. This we call a counter. All right. Condition and update. So I'm gonna make it a do while loop. So this is a do while loop, guys. Look. So first, the while loop, the while condition is followed only after this do. First do and then while. Do and then while. This is the syntax for the do while loop. Here's the update. Update. Here's the condition. All right. First, it goes into inside the code and then checks. First, it goes inside the code and then checks. All right. So make sure, guys, you write this down. A do while loop. And then we're gonna play around changing this counter value. The output will be the same from 1 to 10. All right. Let me know, guys, once you copied this code.
Sorry, so inside this while there is no system out, right?
Yeah. First, let's write it down and then we discuss the syntax of this do while loop. All right, I'll open this while loop class, guys, and I'll change this from 1 to 10 counter plus plus. Now it displays me numbers from 1 to 10, this code. What's gonna change, guys, in the output if I change the counter to 13? In the output, will it still print numbers from 1 to 10?
No.
Nothing is printed. But let's go back here. This code, does it print from 1 to 10, guys? Numbers from 1 to 10. Yeah, this do while loop prints from 1 to 10. All right, let's change this counter from 1 to 13. And let me run this code, guys. And it prints 13. And it prints 13. So it's different from while loop. In while loop, guys, the flow goes this way. First, it checks the condition and then runs this code. First, it checks and then runs this code. Here, the condition is only after the code. Condition is checked only after the code is executed. Logically, do you understand this? Logically, the difference between while loop and do while loop. In the while loop, first it checks and then runs the code. Here, it runs the code and then checks. Counter is 1. This is how it goes. When you run this code, it prints 1, increments it, it becomes 2. Then it checks.
So
But-
you mentioned that we never use this do while.
Yeah, it's
So
like,
why?
because usually in the programming, in any other program, first you check and then you do something. Because if you don't check and then do something like remove, maybe you might remove something important. Something should be checked first before you remove. Let's say we have list of students, and we have 15 students from, let's say, elementary school. There are 15 students, and students younger than 12 should go inside the Bank of America room. Students older than 12 should enter the Chase room. If you use do while loop, it's not gonna check even if the first student is 12, 13, 21, they're gonna maybe let him go inside the Bank of America. Or let's say we have list of students, 15 students, they all took some exams last week. And the exam score begins from 0 to 1. They range from 0 to 1. And there are 15 students. Joe, Mike, Charlie, Alice, there are 15 students. And the first student is Joe. Joe got 5 points. He got 5 points. And if you use do while loop, you don't check the score of the Joe. You're just letting him to pass to the next step if you use do while loop. In the while loop, you first check if Joe has enough score to pass to the next round. For example, I cannot create here something that stores multiple scores. Counter 1. I remove this updates. It prints us from 1 to 10 numbers. Now it prints us numbers from 1 to 5. All right. What's the value for counter? 1. Next. Next, in the console, you see 1. 1 is increased to 2. Now 2 is less than or equal to 5. It is true. So it comes back here and prints 2. But did it check, guys? Did it check the condition when the counter was 1? It's 1. Do you think it can jump from this line to this line? Do you
No.
think it can jump? No. It will run the line 7, line 8, line 9, and then line 11. So when it's the very first iteration, it doesn't check. It doesn't check. It just goes inside the body. The proof is if you make the counter 99, it will print 99. But the goal was to print numbers from 1 to 5. The condition is false. 99 is greater than 5. But why did it print 99?
No, in do we put it the
Because it says to print.
yeah, just system out print counter.
The thing is very simple, guys. Because the
Variable one.
body, the block comes first, and then the condition. And then the condition. This is the answer. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I just was thinking where we can use it. Can we use it in some physics, mathematics laws? I mean,
Maybe it can be used in physics, mathematics. I never used it before. I know testers who do testing. I help testers to write their frameworks. They never used this too well.
and it's like the physics, we know the laws, but like I mean the energy.
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not good at physics, mathematics. It's never used in programming. It's never. It might be used maybe somewhere, but I never met this. The only time I'm using it, it's when it's a lesson, when I need to show somebody, when I need to teach somebody. This is the only time. The key differences between, if I ask you, of course, we didn't practice this while loop and do while loop a lot, but if I ask you this question, what's the difference between while loop and do while loop?
While first checking,
All right.
checking true or false.
All right.
Do while run it after checking.
All right, it's correct. The key difference between while and do while loop first checks the condition before something, before the code. Do while loop, it runs the code. Doesn't matter if it's false, if it's true, it runs the code at least once and then checks the condition. While loop is used when you don't know the number of iterations. There are for loops. Basically, there are for loops. The loops that we have are while, do while, and for loop. There are mainly 3 loops. The one that we use most is for loop. Then we use a while loop. For loop is much shorter. For loop is shorter than while loop. All right. The question is, when do we use while loop? While loop we use when you don't know how many times your code should run. How many times? For example, imagine we have this case. Imagine we have this case. I need to create some program that takes from me some numbers. it should ask me, it should prompt me again and again a number until I enter 0. When I enter 0, it should stop. Does it look like a while loop? It runs again and again and again. When you enter 0, it stops. Does it look similar to while loop?
Yes.
You enter a number, you check. Is this number equal to 0? If it's not, then it runs the code. Then it runs the code again and again. All right. Let me create here an example. Okay. Scanner, new scanner. All right. Pay attention, guys. This code will solve this problem. You need to enter a number again and again until you reach something, until you reach 0 input. Int number scanner.nextInt. System out print line, enter a number. Do you understand the code until this point? Yeah? Very easy. All right. Next, while number. What does this mean, guys?
Does not equal to 0.
All right. All right. Do I have here, guys, my counter or not? Do I have it?
Variable
No.
number.
I don't have here counter, right?
So
Like
it's a dual leap. Wait, dual.
I have no counter here.
Dwelling.
All right, I have no counter here, guys. So the counter is not always necessary. Instead of counter, you can use some number. We can call it counter. Counter, is not necessary to be used always with while loops. Instead of counter, you can use something else. But that, for example, in the previous examples, counter. Why did we use counter?
Start.
As a starting
It's
point.
a variable.
Yep. As a starting point and to check it. We are checking it again and again here. Here in the example class, I created number and I'm gonna check this number again and again. You need to check something. This part can be called as a counter part. Something that you use. This part is a condition. All right. Do we have one more part in the while loop?
So we need a
What's the part we miss here?
condition, like counter plus plus. I mean the
Update, right?
update. Yeah.
Update, right? So let me do
Increment
this.
or decrement.
A high, and then, all right. If I run this code, guys, what do you think? What is gonna happen in the console when I run this code?
Hi.
So equal to 0.
Do we have here update part? We miss update part. So when you don't have update part, usually your while loop is not gonna work, or it will work infinitely. There are two ways. So when I run this code, do you know, guys, what's gonna be in the output? Can you predict it? Can you predict it? First, read this code and then tell me.
Multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times. How do you know, guys? I don't know. I don't know because I first need to enter a number and then it will print high, maybe, or will not print. It didn't print high. Why it didn't print high?
Not equal.
No.
I entered number 0. And then let's put this 0 here in the condition. 0 is not equal to 0. Is it false or true?
False.
0 is not equal to 0. False. 0 is equal to 0. It's the same thing. So 0 is not equal to 0 makes false, right? When it's false, will it run this code?
No.
Yeah, exactly, guys. But what do you think? What if we use here do while loop? Will it print high?
Yes.
Yeah, at least once. It would print because first it runs and then checks. Yeah, but we don't use do while loop, guys. We use while loop and the other types of loops. So here, I'll run this code. Right now, I'm gonna enter 56. When I press enter, what's gonna happen?
High.
Code, enter number 56. High. Infinitely. Why is it printing infinitely high?
No, can update.
There is no update. There is no update. I can do here this. Something like try again. Try again. And then I take the number again from user. So we're gonna create this kind of code multiple times. Just take a look at this code. I enter 56. What's next? Right after this 56 in the next line. 56 is entered. 56 is not equal to 0. So it is true. 56 is not equal to 0. True. High is printed. Then will it print try again? Why? It will print high. Yeah. Then it prints try again. And then it takes from me another input. It prompts me another input. So 56, it tells me try again. I print here, I enter here 23. What's next?
Try again.
All right. How about 98? Hi, try again. How about 0? I'm trying again. Another input. 0. When it's 0, it stops. Because when while loop stops, guys, when the condition is false. So 0 is not equal to 0. False, false, and then the while loop stops. All right. So is it true, guys, that we didn't know the number of iterations? One run is called an iteration. You didn't know the number of iterations because you cannot read my mind, right?
Countable, but it's cannot count it without any tools.
No. You cannot read my mind. For example, you don't know how many times I'm gonna enter 56, right? So you cannot predict. Can you predict the number of try again?
No.
No. So once I enter 0, it stops. While loop is used when you don't know how many times you should run this. There are also cases when you know the number of iterations. For example, there could be a game, guessing game. So computer creates some word, or let's say doesn't create a word. It generates some random number. Guys, in my mind, I think about one number between 1 and 10. Between 1 and 10. What number is it? Do you know?
No.
You have 2 attempts to guess it. Can you
Seven.
try?
7 or 5.
No, you have only 2 attempts because I'm giving you 2 attempts.
Is even number?
No, just tell me.
7 or 5.
It's 5. You had 2 attempts and you guessed it. I can create something similar, guys. Here, we can create, for example, if you have unlimited times of attempts, you don't need here a counter. But if you have limited times of attempts, for example, let me create this program for you. int random number. We're gonna use something that we're gonna learn in the next class. Okay. But I'm gonna do it really quickly. All right, and then while the number is not equal to random number, try again. All right, look. Where's my enter number? This is a logic for a game, for a guessing game. Enter a number. Computer created some number. Do you know this number? No, even I don't know. So we are guessing this number. 5, try again. 2, try again. 1, try again. 9, try again. 4, try again. 7, it is 7. So it is 7. Right now, is it true that I have unlimited time of iterations? We don't have there something that can stop our program. But I can modify this game. I can modify this game. So when let's say we can create this kind of games later, but I'm just showing you what you can do with while loops. So if you would like to modify this game to give you limited times of attempts, you are given only 2 attempts. If you guess 2 times and both of them are wrong, then you lose. Int attempts 2. Once you are out of attempts, then you lose. For example, when it's try again, I can make attempts minus minus. It means once you go inside the while loop, you lose 1 attempt. I can even print here this. We're gonna begin from easier problems, guys, but I'm just showing you something you can do. Try again, plus attempts left. All right. Look, we are running this program. I enter 3. I have only 1 attempt left. Only 1 attempt left. 2. I guessed this number from the very first attempt. Let me try again. 5. 1 attempt left. 0. But it's still working. It's still working because we need to tell to while loop this. It should work when we have more than 0 attempts. 1, we failed. 0, try again. All right, so it should be let's try again. Enter number 1. So we can make it just this number. We have only 1 left attempt. Then 9. And we can say here if attempts is greater than or equal to let's say you used 1 and then you used 1 more. If it's 0, all right. Okay. You won. Else failed. Okay, enter a number 5. Try again. 1. All right. Let's try. We won. Let's try again. So we've got 2 attempts. Once you enter a number, you have used your attempt. You have used your attempt. Okay. One left. Two.
It should be more than 0, but why doesn't work?
Random number is 1, 2. We didn't win. Okay, 5. You won. Random number is 5. 8, 1. All right. Shouldn't be this way. If attempt is less than 0, then you lose. Otherwise, you won. All right, so okay. If number is not equal to, I don't wanna spend on this much time because we need to practice. Well, number is not equal to random number. All right, so what I can do is enter a number 99. All right, we lost our 1, 23. You have 0 left, and you shouldn't be able to try again. So if all right. All right, we are gonna continue, guys, maybe this later, but let me open the presentation. So let's create, guys, a class called example1. Class called example1 and a main method. And inside this main method, guys, copy the following code. Copy this code here. Here we use a while loop and a user input, so we use here a scanner. Okay. Let me know, guys, once you finished. Did you copy it? Yeah, guys, let me know when you finish copying because we are losing time. We lost like few minutes. Okay. Example 1. Right there. System.in, and then in the example we take n. So what does this code, guys, when you run this code?
So where in the any number
Mm-hmm.
and the output is n equals what number did you-
So if you enter, let's say 25, will it display you n equals 25?
n 0 1 2 3 4
0 to 25.
From 0 to 25.
5 times.
It prints 25 times, right? So n this, and the while loop is, all right. What do I miss here, guys? What should I put here? 0 less than n? What do I miss?
Counter the int counter.
Int counter is missed. All right. Counter is missed, and the condition should be while the counter is less than number. If you enter 25, while counter is less than 25, is less than n. It might be 10 or 25. Next, counter plus plus makes updates, and we see the n.
Then plus counter, right?
Yeah, counter plus plus, enter number n, 25. All right. So what's missed here, guys? Why it's printing 25 and 25 again and again?
Because n equal n
Mm-hmm.
always.
So what should we change?
Change n
Less to equal.
We should change the n to counter. Yeah, because n is not changing here. 25. All right. And why did it print till 24?
Because less than 25.
Yeah, we say less than, not including 25. All right. From 0 to 25. All right. Okay. So this one is an example with a user input. All right. So I was able to figure out, guys, and then like it takes some logic. It takes some time to create some simple games. The number is guessed. We have 1 left. I lose. The random number was 10. 1, 2, random number was 10. 3, 4, it was 2. I lose. So maybe I can guess it. So I guessed it. It takes some time to create something like this. You cannot. We need to practice a lot to improve our logic, guys. So next example is another question, guys. Can we create inside if statements? Can we create inside this block a variable inside this if block?
Yes.
Can we create inside this if block, Ailita, a scanner?
The body.
Can you create here or not?
Yeah.
Can you? Are you sure? So you don't know?
Yes, we can,
Yeah, why?
because it's a body. Yeah.
Are you sure? We can create here. We can create here variables, but can we create here a scanner? Scanner. Are you sure?
No. No, we cannot.
Why we can?
So
It's the method
Why?
outside.
because
I,
it's
I think that if we say another body, yeah?
yeah, guys, let's save time. We don't have for these things, but you can create here a variable. And at the same time, you can create here a scanner.
Because it's a body, yeah?
Yeah, because it's body. You can create here an object as well. Inside this if, you can create even if, another if.
Yeah.
You can create here true. Inside this if, you can create even one more if. Inside this if, we can create even a while loop. Int, we can create as many while loops as we want, but where's the logic? If it's meaningful, then you can create. I just showed you what we can do. Can we or not? So, example 1. What's the main point of this example 1 code? Main point. What's the main point? You enter a number and it prints numbers from 0 to
Numbers.
till your number, right? From 0 maybe to 30, maybe to. So do you think if I run this program, it will print me numbers from 1 to million?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we have an n number.
Yeah, it prints numbers from 0 to million. All right. What do you think? Can we print this number, guys? Take a look at here.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
Why do you think so?
Because in variable number, we don't have a variable number, like we.
Tim, what do you think? Sorry. Will it print numbers from 0 till this number? It's logical thing again, guys. Look,
It's a in condition. Yes, in condition, like.
it is 10 billion. What I entered, it's 10 billion. 10 billion?
Any number
You can
greater than
counter plus.
Now we have a limit. Can you fit 10 billion inside int?
no.
No, only 2 billion maximum. So 10 billion, you cannot fit. So that's why I was entering these zeros one by one. All right. So the following code will check numbers from 0 to n. Let's create this code, guys. Let's create another class called example2. Example2, a main method. And let me guys know once you copied it. This code will check if your number is even or not. So it's a combination of while loop, scanner input, and then if-else conditional blocks. Yeah, yeah. Did you copy it, guys? Okay, guys. So let me write it here. Scanner. Can you send me, guys, it through Slack, if you don't mind? All right. So, do you understand the flow of this program, guys? Of this code? If I run this program and if I enter 3, what's gonna happen?
3 is out
So,
and
what?
4
Wrong
is
with it.
there.
No, nothing is wrong. Actually, everything is good. Let's enter number 3, and it prints. And okay, we need to run this one. 3.
3 is odd.
All right. It prints all numbers. Okay, let's see. 3. Oh, okay. So this is what it does. If you enter here 5, it will display numbers from given number to 10. If I enter here 1, it displays numbers from 1 to 10. If I enter here number 29, will it display numbers from 29 to 10?
No.
No, 29 is bigger. So here, right along with a number, we get this specification. If it's odd, it prints is odd. If it's even, it prints even number. So let's run it line by line, guys. We have this enter a number. I enter a number here, guys. Let me enter here 3. What's the value of n?
3.
It's 3. And the condition we're checking right now. 3 is less than or equal to 10. Is it true? Yeah, it is true. So we go inside this while loop. And inside this while loop, do we have here update part? Yep, it's line 17. And we have also 2 conditions, if and else. What's the value of n in the first iteration,
3.
in the first step? It's 3. 3. Is 3 divisible by 2? No, it's not divisible by 2. So we get false. And then when the if is false, it goes to else. And it prints 3, and next to it, it prints is odd. Next, n is increased from 3.
Updated.
Yeah, updated from 3 to 4. Then 4 is less than 10.
True.
Yep. And 4 is divisible by 2. It's again true.
True.
It prints 4 and even number. Next,
5.
4 becomes 5. And so on. We have here 2 ifs. What if, guys, I remove here this else statement? I remove this else statement. I run this code. And what if I enter here, guys, let's say 2.
4, 6, 8.
Yeah, it prints only even numbers. Only even numbers, because we removed else part.
Mhm.
What if I do here n? It will print us if I do this, guys. If I do this
All number.
and I enter here 2,
True.
it prints 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because we don't have here a filter. We don't have here something to check. we just print them. So 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
12 is even number.
12. Yeah.
Can you enter the 12?
Yeah.
But it's not working.
It's not.
Why?
So why? Well,
Why?
it's code, that's why it does not work.
Yeah, it is working code. Look.
We have an equal or less
So
in while.
when you so the code is working. So the basically why it's not printing something, because the
We can put
program-
else.
program no, not else. Program is built to display numbers from our given number to 10. Before we used to do from 0 to given number. Now we basically specified the starting point.
Before there 10, then
Yeah, before we used to do from 0 to n. Before we used to do this. If I enter 12, now it should be here n minus minus. So it's actually something different. Now it's going to be reversed, but the objective behind this code is to give the starting point where it should start till 10. So we tell where should it start, but the ceiling, the floor is already given. It's 10. But if you enter 12, that 12 is higher than 10, and the condition is false.
I just thinking about I mean, what if the user will use 12 and
Okay.
it just print out it's an incorrect number, like.
You can do this,
Yeah,
but
we
you
can
should
put if, yeah? If,
yeah, you would need to do
yeah.
if statements. If n is greater than 10,
Then
wrong number. 12, wrong number. But you can do almost anything with a programming language. For example, not everything, but whatever you can do in real life, you can simulate in here. For example, it's possible I can create here world in Java where 25 million people live and all of them have name Joe. Like we can create it with Java programming language, but of course right now we are not able to do it. We are not capable because there are a few more topics to learn. All right. Next. Task number 1, guys. Task number 1, create a class called task1, guys. Create a class called task1. All right, we already have task1. Let's create here, guys, then here. I don't have here task1 actually. Yeah. Create here class task1.
name the
Yeah, here create task1. Next step. So create a program that takes from user int and value. It takes from user int and value. And program should display numbers from n to 1. From n to 1. So basically, if you enter 25, let me make it this number smaller. If you enter 8, it should print you guys this 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Create a program that takes from user number, and program should display numbers starting from your n to 1. Yep, because it takes from user. The scanner should be created.
You from 10, yeah?
From what?
From 10, the variable number and the limit.
So you can give any number. When you run your program, you can enter 8, and then it will display numbers from 8 all the way down to 1. If you enter 1000, it will display numbers from 1000 all the way to 1. So 1999, 998, and so on. So let me run this timer to 3 minutes. All right, okay. So all right, guys. So we need to practice, guys. We need to practice this while loops a lot, guys. Really a lot. Really a lot. All right, let me pick one student, and I'm gonna pick one student, and that student will explain their solution. Oh, let me pick one student that I really want. So it's gonna be Clara J. Let us just, so let's start this code. Scanner should be created. Yeah, you can just tell me scanner should be created. All right. Scanner not next int. All right. Read the number from user next. Int counter.
And
All right, let's make it 10 or 8, right? Let's make it 8. Next. While 0 or 1. 1. Next. System out print line. Counter. You didn't finish it yet, right? All right, so did you finish it, Airita? Did we start everything as it should be, Tim?
no,
So the counter shouldn't be 8.
We are counter number, right? Just number.
Our counter can be a number. Yeah?
Can you remove this counter?
Yeah, we don't even need it
Yeah.
even, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Number.
Yeah, we can even remove it because number is gonna be our counter until, so we are gonna use this number here.
Number.
Let's first use this counter. Counter is equal to number. Counter is
more than
1.
or 1, right? And then it means if you enter 25, 25 is assigned to counter, and then while 25 is greater than 1, it will run the code again and again. So counter,
And then update.
update should be right. Counter minus minus decrement, okay. Okay, 25. Run it, 25. All right, from 25 to 1, it prints these numbers. And look, what do we do? We take value from scanner, we assign it to number, and then we assign the given number to counter. We are making something extra here. We don't need this counter. Yeah, we can just use this number right here. Number, number, and number. When you enter 25, 25 is assigned to number. 25 number is greater than 1. It prints the 25 and it decreases the number from 25. Yeah, with counter it's working too, but what we mean is it's extra thing. This way it also works. All right. Yeah.
Minus.
Yeah, it's just extra operation that we create. We don't need it. Okay.
It was interesting. That's another.
All right, let's guys quickly do one more task. Task 2, guys. Task 2 is create a class. Task 2, guys, quickly. Create a program that takes from user a number. That takes from user a number. From user int n value. And display a multiplication table from 1 to n. We are gonna create a multiplication table. It might take some time, but we need to do this. When you run your program, it asks you enter a number. Give me any number from 1 to 10, guys.
5.
5, right? Okay. We need to do this. We need to display multiplication table for 5. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times, no, 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30. 7 times 5 is 35. 8 times 5 is 40. 9 times 5, 45. 10 times 5, 15. So here, while loop should be used. And one of these three numbers is like a counter here. One of these three numbers. So how many iterations there should be? How many times your while loop should run? Yeah, in this case, it's 10 times. Display multiplication table for number n. It should run 10 times. If you enter 6, it would be 1 times 6. Here 6, 2 times 6, 12.
Again, if we are entering 5,
Mhm.
it should
It should display multiplication table of 5. If you, like some of us have had this before, this notebooks, if you look behind these notebooks, there are multiplication tables for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We entered 6, so output is 1, 5, 2, 5.
1,
It,
6.
yeah, it should be 5 here. But if you enter 6,
1, 6.
here are the 6, and the results should also change. So if I enter, okay, so it should always run 10 times. All right. Imagine, guys, if I entered here instead of 5, number 8. Would it make this table smaller? Would it make it smaller like this if I enter here number 8? What would change if I enter instead of 5, number 8?
There will still be 10 lines.
There will still be 10 lines, right? What would change?
Instead of 5, 8, and then results.
Yeah, this parts will change, and the results. This part will stay the same. So scanner int enter number int number sc.nextInt. What's next? Ulanbayke, did you solve this one? How many numbers do we have in the multiplication table?
10.
Always, it's 10. So even if you look it up here, multiplication table, it's always 10.
We number it at 12.
All right, so okay, it's here, it's 12.
Yeah, in USA 12, in all countries.
How to make it all right. All right, it's always in our countries, it's from 1 to 10. Yep. In the US, it turns out 12. So let's solve it together. Let's solve it together. Come up with your ideas. Throw your ideas, guys.
Create one more counter int.
Create one more counter. Did you create this counter, Ailita? No? Did you create this counter, Clareja? All right, counter. And what value do you give?
1.
1. Okay.
Then while
While
Counter.
number, are you sure?
Counter, I think.
It should be counter.
Is equal to 1 or less.
Is less than or equal to
10.
10. All right. It's the first part, the first number in the multiplication table. Next, system out print line. We can do this. Let's try this. What will happen to this code when I run it? So what's the result for this code? If I run it and if I enter here number 7.
7?
Yeah.
It will be just 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What do you think, Ailita?
But update is plus, right? No?
So 7. In which variable do we store the 7? Where do we store this variable?
In number.
Inside the number, right?
Number, yes.
Inside the number. Do we? No. This 7 is stored here.
Yes.
Do we use this variable? No. So 7 is not used. We don't care about the 7 right now. I'm just asking what this code will do, guys. If I press 1, if I press enter.
7, just 7.
So 1.
From 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
It's we don't use this. We have counter from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10. Okay. 7. It prints me numbers from 1 to 10. So the first part is done for the multiplication table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This part is done. Next, how can we make it more similar to this one, to the multiplication table?
Multiply by n.
Plus, double quotes,
Multiplication.
multiplication. Let's take a look at this one. 1 times 1 multiplication. And we should put here,
N
number.
plus number.
All right, let's run it. Enter a number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right.
Is equal to
And then the result. Plus
equal
equal
to
to
n times counter.
it is in parentheses
Yeah.
counter, which is always increasing from 1 to 2 to 3. Yeah. Counter multiplied by number. Counter multiplied by number. So 7, it prints the multiplication table for 7. Then it's 9, it prints it for 9. All right. Okay. So this is the multiplication table. What if, guys, if I enter here 25?
It will not work.
Do you think it will still function as it should?
No.
Yes.
With less
It
than
will be
It should.
about 1,
I think it should.
2, multiple 3, like until 10.
Yep. So it's 25, 50, 75, 100, 125,
Yeah.
so on. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah. So, okay.
It's not easy.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, tomorrow, guys, make sure you are not late, because we need to practice, you know. Like I can go like teach like the way I go, like kind of it doesn't matter, something like this, but when you come late, I need to stop for some time till you come and then start the practice classes. But I could start it like earlier. So make sure you come earlier, and offline students who are right now doing it online, if you will be able to, better for you to come in person. So to make it more effective. But for those who study online, they already accustomed to it. They're able to study online. All right. So if you would come on time, we would start it right at 6. I was here right at 6, and we would be able to do like maybe 4 practice tasks. So let me show you this. All right. Okay. Okay, so for tomorrow, guys, we have a recap of while loop and do while loop. So we are gonna practice a lot, guys, tomorrow. Practice and practice. Recap of while and do while loop. So,
How many days for while loops? Like
1 day.
so as I can predict, it's gonna be, so as I know, on Fridays you do only practicing. There is no presentation. So probably you're gonna do here like a recap of for loop, like recap practice. On Monday, it's again recap or recap of all loops. And there we're done with loops. And then we continue for another topic. Of course, in like, let's say, somewhere here, we still be using these loops, but we'll be using it with other things like arrays. So are we using right now variables?
yes.
If else statements, yeah, we'll be still using loops, but the problems, they're gonna be yeah, more comprehensive. They will enclose more topics. So tomorrow it's a recap day, guys. Make sure you come on time. All right. So online students, see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yep.